You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike postgame show. What's going on? I am Matt O'Leary, joined as always by Mitch Anderson. Mitch, a great mood again for a postgame show. How about it?
It's hard not to feel pretty goddamn good about things right now, baby. 5-0 over those stupid Red Wings, whatever the hell that is. What a stupid name. I have no ill will towards the Detroit Red Wings. I'm feeling really good right now.
Of course, we are having a great time. Islanders 6-1 on that road trip. They start it with a 5-0 win at MSG. They close it with a 5-0 win at home, at Detroit before they come back home, which was what I was trying to say. 6-1 road trip. And how about this from Gabe? We got to start with this. Very generous. Thank you for the super chat. Says, we are fucking back, boys. Didn't get to watch the game because I was at work. Gonna rewatch it now. Listening to the boys. Absolutely buzzing right now. Love to see it. Gabe, hell yeah, man. Enjoy the rewatch. It's a fun one. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, there's a lot to like in this game here. There's really no complaints about anything. And how can you complain about a 5-0 win? There's a lot to like here, specifically with where most of these goals are coming from, because where most of these goals came from wasn't doing a whole heck of a lot. One player in specific has been on our shit list basically all year. A nice shit list because he's deserved to be, even when he's not playing well, deserve our respect. But really pulled it out today. So yeah, we want to get going with just some goals here.
Yeah, we got a lot of goals to talk about. So let's jump right into this thing. We start with Cal Ritchie, back-to-back games with I got to put you in here, Mitch. I apologize. Hang on. Let's get Mitch's beautiful face in here so he can enjoy this visualization. There we go. Seeing a little behind-the-scenes action on the fly. Look at this.
This is how we do it, people.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Here we go. Cal Ritchie, a little visualization right here.
But watch the pass by Shabunov. That's the key thing here.
Correct.
Right? He takes the hit, boom, to make the play. Love it. Sure, big props to Shabunov for making the play. Even bigger props for Ritchie for finding the seam there.
Yeah, just well-worked play and goal between the two of them, right? And there would be more of that. And if these two guys are building chemistry together, we talk about the pairings in lines. I know there's 3 guys, obviously, on a forward line. But if the Islanders are rocking with Cal Ritchie and Max Shabunov on line 4 after, the Horvat and Heineman pairing, and you have Barzal and, hopefully he gets going with somebody, and then you have Pajot and Lee. Look at all this scoring spread out throughout the lineup, Mitch.
Yeah, well, we talked about it. It was at the on the post. No, it was the yesterday's podcast for our patrons. So sign up to our Patreon at patreon.com/uptheturnpike. And we were talking about how they're 7th in goals in the league. Like they're top 10. We're not used to that. They're not just top 10 in scoring, but they're top 10 and winning. Right? Remember last time we were in the top end of the league for scoring? We weren't winning a whole hell of a lot, and we were doing a whole hell of a lot of winning right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Going into tonight, they were 8th. I'm sure, because some games played since we last recorded that podcast, which was only last night. But still, I'm sure it wasn't the Wednesday games weren't updated at that point. So they went into this 8th in goals for with 5 goals tonight. I'm sure they will go up in the standings there. So things you just absolutely love to see, Mitch.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's other comments here from Mike Duramo saying 12th on the PK before tonight, and it's only going to go up. They were on the PK tonight? It's a clear 100, obviously, but one for one.
1 for 1
helps a lot. So they're going to go up a little bit. They're well over 80%, and they kind of showed that on the broadcast before the game even started. How the PK was through the first whatever number of games in the season this year versus last year. It's 80.5% or 81.5 versus 69% last year.
Dude, they had to scratch and claw to get above 70%. And we were talking over the final couple months of the season, the penalty kill last year was actually playing decent, but the overall number still looks like garbage because they were on pace for one of the worst penalty kills of all time last year.
Yeah. Exactly. So Bob Bugner deserves a raise, a big raise, please.
Amen. Good for him. So, but we have another goal to talk about in this period,
Yeah.
Mitch. Max Shabanov, right off the face-off here, puts it in the net.
Just fourth line doing stuff again, right? Like the fourth line has been anonymous for a long time, but he comes out and just rips it. And everyone on the forward line on that fourth line gets a touch.
That's
Richie
true.
gets one, so 2-point game from Richie. Shabanov gets the goal. Zizekas as the centerman. Also, not even no. Richie gets the secondary as the centerman. Zizekas feeds him. So now Zizekas gets a point. Who's Dean needed that kind of confidence desperately to help the scoring because his play away from the puck has been his play with the puck has been not good.
Yeah.
And so now that he's got that, hopefully that kind of gives him something and it makes this fourth line turn into something.
I'm with you. 8 shots for the Islanders in that period. Not a ton, but they capitalized with 2 goals. Detroit only 5. So Islanders really controlled play in that first period.
They absolutely did. The Islanders were the better team in that first period. There's no question. Not to say that Detroit didn't get their chances because they did, but Sorokin was phenomenal. Obviously, throughout the entire game, he gets the shutout. Spoiler, I guess, but he stood tall in that first period, kept them in it, and then the Islanders just did the rest of it. So huge stuff from our goalie, who's really turned a corner over since the beginning of the year.
And you love to see it. Seriously,
Yeah.
like we both were getting nervous with Ilya Sorokin, and there were people like significantly more out on Ilya than even we were at the time. But I think everyone wants to see Ilya play at this level because it only helps them not only this year but going forward, right? And sometimes they were saying it on the broadcast. Butch Goring was like, sometimes you just need a change from a coach, and that could spark you. And it seems to have worked wonders with Ilya Sorokin so far.
Yeah, exactly. So everything they're doing in terms of the Islanders is working. So friggin' great. They're only up 2-0 right through the first period. Still 40 minutes to play. You're still on the road. And the Detroit is not a bad team as much as historically for a little, at least recently, anyways. They have been great, but they are one of the 3 best teams in the Atlantic Division, if not the best in terms of record. You can't take your foot off the gas.
No, absolutely not. And they don't. Pretty early, just 3:19 into period number 2, Matt Barzal gets on the board.
Yeah, just so right here, I think it's Richie's got to go off for like a broken stick or something like that, and then he just finds the puck and throws it on the net. And shooters shoot, man, and gets it to go.
Pucks on net. I love it. Yeah, I think he took either a puck or a stick up high.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and then he ends up, he was fine. He needed to come back in and play. But Barzal jumps on, and hey, puck's on his stick, puts it on net. And against the goalie that's struggling, sometimes that's just what you got to do, volume.
Yeah, when you're sitting in the slot and you got a lane on net, you throw it. Like how many times we sat here and shit on players for not doing that. Go, oh, they made the extra pass. No, God damn it, just put it on the net. Do the simple stuff. Maybe it doesn't go in, but you got a clear lane. Take it. He did, and it goes in. Now you've got 6 goals on the year, Matthew Barzal, and we've been dying for him to get on the scoreboard, especially for goals. And so, like, he's getting his goals a little bit more frequently. I still don't think he's going to do 30 as much as I always say he will, but I've not seen enough to begin this year to say, like, I'm back on my 30 goal horse.
No, but if he's over 20 and in that 20 to 25 range, I feel like that's good. And there's been years, where he's been under 20 goals and some of them shortened by injury and, all that. But if he's playing 80, 82 games, I would like to see him in that 20 plus goal range, even if he racks up assists like he normally does.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. And that's his move, right? He's opening up the ice for other players. So friggin' yes. And so we're up 3-0, 3 minutes in. But again, you still can't take your foot on the gas. You have more than half of the game left to play. You got to keep pressing it. And that's what the Islanders did. Honest to God, they kept on friggin' going.
Yeah, Bo Horvat, and once again tied for the league lead in goals after this one. Another one right off the faceoff.
So I didn't see this one because my stream was cutting out and I was basically swearing in French the entire friggin' time. But looking at the replay, that is a Bo Horvat goal if I've ever seen one.
It wins the faceoff, slides over to the offside, rips a one-timer in the back of the net.
Yeah, that pass by Ron Pulak though, like right on the tape, buddy.
Dude, Pelech Pulock resurgence. Are we talking about it in the big 2025? It feels like 2020 all over again.
Like, there's no doubt that Pelech is back. There is no doubt about that. You can't convince me otherwise, and I don't think anyone would. Pulock, okay, well, maybe, but he's not. He's looked a lot better recently, and so you're going, well, if those guys can get back, that's our second pair, and if they could just be okay, which they very much are, holy shit, man, we were still missing a top pair defense, but like we're missing one defenseman now.
Right.
At least for this year.
Correct. And we'll see how long it lasts. And hopefully both those guys remain healthy, because they've had, unfortunately, injuries have piled up in their careers as they're in their early 30s now. But I just wanted to call that out because it was a nice play from Pulock, who's up to 9 assists already on the year, Mitch.
Let's go, man. If we're never going to see the 20-goal Pulock. Remember when he was putting up like 15 goals in a year?
Yeah, there was a few where he had 10 at least.
Yeah. And like, that's just not going to happen, which, whatever, fine. If we're getting 25, 30 points from Ryan Pulock, holy shit, let's go.
Yeah, you sign up for that any day. So 4-0 is your score after 2 periods of play. A lot more shots for Detroit in this period. They had 15 to the Islanders 13.
Yeah. So they, at one point, because we're up 4-0, right? At that 5 minutes into the second period, there's going to be a layoff from the Islanders. I know some of us are going to say, just keep going. You can't necessarily do that in a 4-0. You just wait for them to make mistakes, and then you keep going. You're 4-0 up, right? It's not like we're 2-0 up and then you put your foot off the gas. No, 4-0. Like, that's typically an insurmountable lead in hockey, and obviously that proved to be the case, but I thought we still played a good second period, and Ilya Sorokin kept doing the goddamn thing too.
Yeah, no, he absolutely did. So we're going to give him his flowers in this game. With 5 goals, I feel like sometimes the shutout can get overlooked, right? Mm-hmm. And it's talked about maybe a little bit more in like a 1-0 or 2-0 kind of game. And, you know, it's hard with the goals. We want to talk about offense, but you're right. Ilya Sorokin, you know, really good in that period, really good in this game. In the third period, we have another goal to talk about, and there's one more thing that I wanted to get into even after that goal. But Max Shabanov, this was just downright filthy.
It is so pretty. Splits the D. Watch this. This doesn't do it justice. Go online and watch the play. How he splits the D and gets the backhand over John Gibson, who was not playing well tonight, but holy shit, Shabanov. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful to watch. He puts in the back of the net. 2 goals tonight, picked up an assist as well. Fourth line was just unbelievable. Cizikas had a couple of points as well. I know he didn't score a goal, but they were moving that fourth line.
Yeah, did they correct the scoring here? Because I thought Cizikas had 3 points tonight. He's only got the 2 there. Brendan was talking about it. Like, Cizikas has never had a 3 assist night.
I think they took it. It had to have been the Barzal goal. Because right now that's showing unassisted.
Or the Richie one, they gave it to Boquist.
Yeah. Oh, no, that makes a little bit more sense.
Either way, Cizikas had a fine game. Like, not even fine, a good game. And he very much needed that. Having that helper there on Shabanov. But I think the story here is like, what the hell do we with Shabanov now? Because that doesn't mean like throw him up to the top line. He's obviously better than just being a 4th-line player.
Well, sure, but I want him to take his young friend Cal Ritchie with him.
Yeah. There is a comment here. I was going to save it for later, but I think we should get to it now because we're kind of talking about it. It's Joseph McD 2156 at 1009 here. They should put Ritchie at center on Barzal's line, which right away I'm very much down. I'm not. I've long said that I prefer Barzal is a better winger than a center. If you've got Ritchie who's doing the thing. And like Walter's saying, 3-point night for Shabanov. I mean, can you not put Shabanov, Ritchie, Barzal together? Because the Barzal line isn't really working right now.
I don't mind that at all, Mitch. I really don't. That's going to move Jonathan Drouin down and Simon Holmstrom down, but we've been big fans here of the Lee Pajot Holmstrom line. They worked really well earlier in the year. I don't know what you're doing with the 4th line with like Duclair and Jonathan Drouin and I guess Cizikas. Like, that's a really bizarre line, but
yeah,
I don't hate this idea. I really don't.
Yeah, I will understand the counter of like, well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Fair. Like the Matthew Barzal line isn't technically broken. It's maybe not as productive as we'd like it to be.
Yeah.
But if this fourth line is cooking, like why not just let it cook? And there is another comment here that God, can I find it? There's a lot of you guys in there, which is great. It's from Matter 50 1010. I think you don't worry about technically which line is first, second, third, or fourth. Whatever line is clicking, you reward with time and roll 4 deep otherwise. 1 and 2 interchange, sometimes 3 and 4 can also swap. That could very well be it. Was like, it's working, let them cook. They're playing well, you give them more ice time, which is probably going to bear true here when we look at the ice time a little bit later.
Yeah, I haven't taken a peek yet, even ahead here. So that will be a surprise for me even. But Islanders go up 5-0. The one thing I wanted to talk about before I get into the stats, what do you think of the penalties galore at 9:04?
It was fine, I suppose. Who's the player for Detroit who just wanted to fight everyone from the beginning of the game?
Mason Appleton.
No, it was the other one. The one that actually fought with Tony DeAngelo.
Oh, Casper? Marco Casper?
Yes, Marco Casper. He just wanted to fight people. What was his problem at the beginning of the game when he got a 10 minutes misconduct? Like, I don't understand. That came out of nowhere. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I just mean, like, he was getting all lippy from nothing. And so he earned his 10-minute misconduct, and it just never went away, even at the end there. I just don't get it. He takes a run at Shabanov, and Tony DeAngelo gladly stands up for Shabanov, saying, no, we're not going to have that. We just had someone run one of our guys. We're not doing this. Did he win a fight? No, doesn't matter.
No, but it's more about the principle of saying, like,
That's
we're
right.
not, this isn't happening tonight kind of a thing.
That's right. And so, like, players don't like fighting. They really don't. Even the fighters don't like fighting. They don't want to have to fight. Maybe some like crazy psycho like Ross Johnson's like getting goosed up for it.
Matt
But
Rempe.
usually they're not. They get nervous about it. You talk to most fighters and they dread having to go into a bar and knowing like, I'm going to have to fight this guy tonight. I'm going to have to fight that guy tonight. Because it hurts. It freaking hurts getting punched in the face. So like they don't want to do it. So you have Tony DeAngelo doing that. And at least, Casper's going to maybe kind of think about it a second time.
I was surprised that they didn't get Appleton also, and he just went back to the bench. So the Islanders ended up having to kill a penalty. I thought it was going to be all like squared away and even after that.
Yeah, you're right. Even after like Sherratt punches Jean-Gabriel Pageau in the face, like they give him a roughing for it, but we still end up with the penalty about PK, which we killed, whatever. But like you're right that it was weird that Mason Appleton was just kind of put on the bench and then they just forgot about him.
Right, because you had Mayfield for the original penalty, the interference, then the 2 for roughing, game misconduct, and then Sherratt had the 2 for roughing with Mayfield, and then the misconduct. So Islanders ended up killing, which, like I said in the Discord, which, by the way, sign up to the Patreon. You get in on the Discord. We're chatting all during Islanders games, and we do 2 podcasts a week on Patreon. But I was saying, like, I get it's 5-0, and it's, like, not the biggest deal in the world, but kind of shitty the Islanders have to go to a kill right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty shitty. We shouldn't be trying to kill a penalty at that point, but whatever. Yeah, we're up 5-0. We win 5-0. Let's go.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at these game stats, Mitch. Shots on goal. The Red Wings ended up with more, 29-26. Red Wings also better in the faceoff dot, 58.1%. Islanders at 41.9%. Keeping the bit alive, JG Pageau, only 40% from JG
Get him
Pageau.
off the team. Trade him now.
Yeah, a very rare off night for JG Pageau in the faceoff dot. Islanders 0 for 4 on the power play. That's if we're gonna have one thing to critique. I know what you're gonna say. They look better. They're moving the puck well. You got to get the puck in the back of the net at some point, Mitch.
True. I just for some reason they struggle finishing. They got so many good opportunities on the power play. If I even just look it up here, natural stat trick, 5-on-4 power plays for the Islanders. We had 8 minutes time on ice, 0.99 expected goals for.
So
we should have scored, but we just for some reason it wasn't working. Even on a goalie who was struggling, I liked how we were moving the puck. I liked the opportunities we were creating. It's going to work. The power play is going to work. It's struggling now. If you just look at the overall percentage, it will work. What they're doing is going to work.
I very much so hope you're right with it. I find myself very frustrated with this power play right now. 0 for 1 was Detroit penalty minutes. There were a lot of them, 37 for Detroit, 21 for the Islanders. Hits, Detroit 23, Islanders 8. Blocked shots 15-14, Islanders with one more. 19 giveaways for Detroit to the Islanders 13. And the Islanders had 4 takeaways to the Red Wings 2.
Yeah, so much better puck management. Like, it's not the recipe for success, but we said it before. Like, if your giveaway takeaway numbers are better than theirs, you're definitely in a better position to win. And so hold on to the puck better, which is what they're doing. That's something that Patrick Roy has preached numerous times. Puck management, and it's friggin' working, man.
All right, let's take a look at these ice times. Mitch, who is leading the way for Islanders forwards?
Shit, I mean, I always want to go with center, and I always do go with center, and then it's a friggin' winger. I'm going to say it's Bo Horvat.
No, Bo Horvat was only 15-47. But that's still fourth on the team.
So they really did roll 4 lines, which is
that's my hint. Yes,
friggin' tastic. Okay, so who had the most?
Barzal at 21-11.
Okay. All right. Okay. It was one or the other. Least amount of ice time. This is going to be tough. I'm going to say Duclair.
Not a bad guess. Duclair was third fewest at 12 minutes, 15 seconds, but it was Casey Cizikas at 11 minutes and 1 second.
Okay. I didn't think it was going to be a fourth line player because of how they played tonight. I thought they would have got a couple more shifts, which they did, right? 11 minutes, but it's still relative to the rest of the teammates, not so much.
By the way, the Cizikas' other line mates, Cal Ritchie, 13:48, Shabanoff, 14:31. So that kind of goes back to that comment from I forget who it was.
So many comments ago.
Yeah,
There's so many of you.
Earlier, where it was like you roll the fourth line out more, and it's your fourth line, but by name only, not by necessarily ice time.
Exactly. I can't even.
Mature
50,
yeah,
or Maturo or whatever it was. I'm gonna call it Maturo. I know that's probably not your name, but that's what I'm doing.
That's fine.
Yeah, so many comments. Like and subscribe, people. If you have not yet, it really helps us grow the channel. It helps pay us as well. Kind of like you don't have to actually give us money for us to have money, so we can grow the channel in that regards. So it's a really good way of supporting the channel.
Absolutely. For defenseman Mitch, who are you looking at?
Matthew Schaefer.
24 minutes, 12 seconds.
Yeah. With Romy gone, I knew there'd be more ice time going around. How many shots did Matthew Schaefer get, by the way?
2.
God damn it. I had over 2.5. I thought with Romy gone, he'd get more ice time and then he'd get a couple of shots. I also thought with, for the double minor there, and he was playing a lot of the power play too, that he'd get a lot more shots, but off by 1. Whatever.
Least.
Boquist.
Well, technically Scott Mayfield at 13:36 because he got the misconduct. Boquist was 16:13 with his absence.
Okay. Right. Okay. Technically right, but technically not right as well.
No, I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna because that was a tough ask.
Yeah. But Sorokin was fan-friggin-tastic.
Perfect. 20 stopped all 29 shots, a perfect 1,000 save percentage.
Love to freaking see it. And he stopped how many? I think it was 2-point-something goals above expected today in all situations. Let's do this here. The Red Wings had 2.69 goals saved above expected. So he's going to be top 5 now on Money Puck, assuming they've even counted today.
He's 8th right now, so I don't believe that has updated. But if it does update, that should put him top 5.
He's going to be somewhere around 11. So assuming everyone else stays the same, he'll be within the top 5. Wow.
Pretty quick turnaround. It was from where it was 3 weeks ago to where we are now. It has been astonishing, but things you just absolutely love to see, Mitch.
Absolutely. We'd love to see it. So
great.
Long may it last.
let's do some comments here, Mitch.
Okay, there are a lot of comments, and we frigging love that. So, but that means that we're not going to read all of them. Just because, anyways, I have to get on the road at 5. I have to get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning to drive to New York to see your face. We got to get to bed here. Anyways, from Chris from Long Island, starting at the top here. Isles' fourth line was amazing tonight. Let's give 53 some love.
Yeah, this was by far his best game of the season, by far.
Yeah, I like these two comments here from Shabby, not Shabby, Left Lock saying, I read the other one. The greatest hockey team in the world, all caps required. And then a little bit later, not too shabby, eh?
See what you did there.
I love me a pun. Love to see it. And we have here from Gary, the GOAT, saying, what a way to finish off the road trip. And I think he says it later, or someone else does, that we started the road trip off the way we finished it with the five. Well, you said it earlier.
Yeah.
5-0 win in New York, 5-0 win here in Detroit for 6-1 road trip. Matt, if we had told you that the Islanders would go 6-1 on the road trip, how crazy did you think we'd be?
I admitted this on the pod the other night. I was expecting like 2-5 or like 2-4-1, something like that on this road trip. 6-1, well overachieved my expectations. I'm thrilled. I'm genuinely thrilled by it.
Yeah, had I said that, I think you would have all been right to like have me certified or have me locked up in a loony bin.
In a rubber room.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, okay, Mitch, 6-1. There's no way that would have been predictable.
Nope.
For Max TGG saying, this is what Cal can do when you give him something to work with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, yeah, he gets to play with Max Shabanov, who obviously fantastic, and not to take anything away from Cal, like he's been fantastic in and of himself, but it is a team sport, and you need teammates around you who do more. Like Tsiplikov and Tzazikis just haven't been doing it this year.
So
this did it today.
This was his 9th game played of the season. After this big 3-point night, he is up to 6 points in 9 games.
I don't know if that's sustainable, right? And I'm sure you're not in the same thing either, but like, even if he's at 40 points, that's by the end of the year playing, let's say, full 82, which he won't do, but like that would be amazing.
Yeah, if he plays, I don't know. I don't. He's missed what, 10 already? Little more than that. Yeah. All right, 70. We'll round. Say like 35 points in 70 games. I think you take that for year one, Maxim Shabanov.
Absolutely. Oh, I thought we were talking about Cal Ritchie.
Oh, no. I was saying Maxim Shabanov.
Oh, yeah.
Cal Ritchie is not at that level.
No, because he only has the 3 points tonight. What a bum. We have a bunch of really, really positive comments, one after the other. So maybe we don't show all of them, but we can. KOB 181 told y'all we're winning the cup. Or we're winning the cup. Danny, can't believe this is my life. Love it from M the Doge. We are buzzing, boys. And then Ray Donato saying parade is back on. Let's go.
The vibes are back for this Islanders team and this fan base. I love it. No more ethical tank. Was this an ethical win? Was it secondary assist an ethical point?
Oh God.
Shove it up your ass.
Anyways. I hate that so much. From Richard Lord saying, first to Matt, have a great wedding and many happy years together.
Thank you.
And then second, the lads played an excellent road game. Shabanov is a steal for the Islanders.
He's been good.
You can't hate it, man. Like, just amazing. I love here Matero saying 12-2 in the aggregate against the Red Wings.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. Gary saying here, Schaefer has been added to the Canadian Olympic list. Is that official, or is he like fighting for a spot still?
He went into the was it they have to get like drug tested or something like that? I want to find out what the actual verbiage is on it, but he's here we go. Schaefer has entered Olympic drug testing protocol, making him eligible to be selected for Team Canada, according to Elliot Friedman.
I understand. We saw that in the Discord today. We were talking about that. And some people are saying, like, I don't want him to go. And I get the apprehension from Islanders fans, right? Because you're saying, well, we've lived that with Tavares. And for me, it's if he goes with Team Canada to the Olympics, what I think is going to happen is going to be like a PK Subban situation, right? PK, was it the last time they went to the Olympics, he played one game for Team Canada, even though he was like having a really good year. He played one game against like Latvia or something like that and didn't play the rest of it. And had a good game against Latvia. Mm-hmm. Sat on the bench the rest of the way. Like, you got your game, we're good. These are the 6 guys that we're running with. I think that's what they're going to do to Schaefer if he even goes.
Fair enough. I was going to say the thing that's going to break my brain is having to root against him.
You just got to root for Canadians then. That's what you got to do.
I'll root for Canada as long as they're not playing U.S.
Fair. That's what I do with the Americans.
Perfect.
There you go. Some trolling here from Gary Ish. No, Dobson had an assist and was a -3 tonight against Washington. Typical Dobson.
That's tough.
Did you see Montreal lost like 8-4?
They're just bleeding goals right now. No,
you can't stop a goddamn beach ball. Them and the Edmonton Oilers. Although I don't know what the game ended with Edmonton. It was 1-1 last I checked, late in the third. So
okay,
we'll see. What else do we have here? So this is from Eve Skin saying, I don't see a problem having 4 decent lines. Move up, move down. Who cares? That's fair. That's a fair way of saying it. And I think really the takeaway is like, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, right. Like, and then you're just rolling 4 deep, and you're playing your top guys 20 minutes and your fourth line 12 minutes instead of your top couple players 20 plus minutes, and Suzuki is 6.5.
Yeah, exactly right. So we've got a comment here from, where was it? Did it scroll down automatically? Yeah, it did. Oh, dang it. Where was it? Okay, there it is, from Left Lock saying, can't believe we're only 2 points off from tying the lead for the Metro. Even Mick 1992 says, yay, we're 3rd in the Metro.
Yeah, you sign up for that in a heartbeat.
And it's not just 2 points out from the top of the Metro, 2 points out from the top in the East.
That's crazy, dude. That's nuts. That's nuts. I don't know. Like I've been saying all year, my vibe is kind of just enjoy the ride. Whatever happens, happens. But they have very much so cemented themselves in the mix with how they played on this road trip.
Yeah, 100%. And that was the thing. We said it before, and I know they said it on the broadcast, but before they even went on the road trip, I don't know if we said it on one of these shows, but we definitely said it during one of our patron shows, talking about like this road trip is going to define the season. It's a 7-game road trip right at this like really crucial point of the season, right before American Thanksgiving. If you come out of that road trip going 2-5, which would have been fine anyways, then we know where this team is probably headed. If it's something different, which we just couldn't imagine, maybe there's something more here. We have to reevaluate a few things. And that seems to be the case, that we're in the reevaluation process here.
Yep, 100%.
Which has people talking about trades now, because now some people want to be buyers. And I don't know if that's really what we need to be doing. I think contextual buying is important, right? Because we did mention this on the regular pod yesterday.
Yeah, like I'm not buying a rental, right?
No,
like
exactly.
That's not. I don't think that does anything for anyone.
Yeah. So there's 2 comments here. One from Mick 1992 saying Pavel Mintyukov from the Ducks wants to be traded because he's being benched with having better defensemen for the Ducks. Maybe we can grab him. I know that's someone you brought to my attention earlier today when we were just chatting.
He makes a lot of sense, especially if Romanov's going to be out for a while. And I saw another comment in there. I forget who it was, but Andrew Gross reported that Romanov's arm's in a sling.
Yeah, so he's gone for 4 to 6 weeks minimum, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we're looking at probably 2 months.
Yeah. So Mintyukov makes a lot of sense. He skates well. He can play offense, but he hits too. So maybe he can like parlay a little bit of offense, a little bit of defense, a little bit of physicality. And when we were chatting, we both agreed like Makar, Taze works. Those are 2 very offensive guys. Why couldn't this work?
I think he could, even if you put him like the 2 lefties together with Schaefer. I think try it out, right? Worst case scenario, you have a young, 21, 22-year-old that you can just play around with.
Yeah, another name that comes up right here, K Powers 9215. Simon Nemec doesn't feel real, but a player like Rasmus Andersson is a right-handed defender I'd be interested in. I think the age is the issue I have with Rasmus Andersson, because he is 29, I think.
Yeah, he is 29. He's significantly older.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, but I think the headspace, K Powers and everyone else, is in the right spot. Right-handed defenseman. Absolutely, your headspace is in the right place. We have an important question here from PAF or PAF 268. What the frig is an ethical point? Matt, as the resident youngster, can you please explain what an ethical point is?
Not a secondary assist. It's basically my understanding of it.
There. What about an ethical point in the standings?
An overtime win is considered unethical, I believe. I don't even fully understand what it means. I just hate seeing it come across my feed.
So legitimate versus almost illegitimate. Like,
Yeah,
if it needs an asterisk, then it's an unethical point in whatever context.
Correct.
Okay.
Or like a ethical tank game would be like if you lose 4-3, but Matthew Shaver had a 3-point night. That's an ethical tank game.
You tried and you still lost.
Right. And there's other like things you could point to and be like, oh, our first overall pick is absolute superhuman.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, where do we have here? From Alpha Male saying, "Happy nuptials, Matt. Can you close caption Mitch when he speaks French? Been living in the South way too long."
Hey, some of the Southern accents, depending on where you are, those are tough enough to understand. But apparently French, that does it too, Mitch.
Maybe I should program my Steam Deck so like whenever I start to speak French, it's just like, wait a second, guys, translate button.
Yeah, and it just close. Like, yeah, on the bottom.
At the bottom of the screen.
Just perfect.
Yeah, that's all we say anyways in French is tabarnak. Okay. Okay, last comment here before we head off is from Carolina Fluffies saying, instead of trading for defensemen, let's see what Marshall Warren can do.
Yeah, I mean, he got the call up. He wasn't entered into the lineup. Adam Boquist came in. I would definitely rather see Marshall Warren in there than Adam Boquist, especially because they have a lefty out of the lineup right now.
Yeah,
he did not look out of place when he got his first stint with the Islanders. So,
yeah. I get why Boquist was put in. Like, he's served his time waiting around, but I think you put him in. He did okay. He didn't really stand out positively or negatively, but not enough to like stay in the lineup for the next one. I assume Marshall Warren goes in for the next game.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Right. Coming back on to the homestand now, on Saturday. Wouldn't surprise me if he's in the lineup at that point.
Yeah. Same thing here. So that's it. Thank you everyone for chiming along here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but friggin' let's go Islanders.
The Islanders are on an absolute heater right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Matt O'Leary. He is Mitch Anderson. And we'll catch you next time.